Hey, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the SideQuest Contact channel. This is going to be episode or part four of our Let's Make an Adventure series, where we're walking through and talking through my process and my flow of making an adventure. Now, this isn't a Planescape adventure. I just happened to put this up as my background because I am going to be running a Planescape game for my one of my in-person groups next coming Saturday. So I just wanted to get my mind in Planescape mode because I'm going to be writing that adventure sort of the way we're doing this, sort of the same flow, because my goal is to take that adventure, revise it so it's more open, not specific to my group, but more open to any group, and then get that published as well. Another nice benchmark I've hit recently on another project. This is going to be the fourth adventure I'm putting up on the DM's Guild, and I've gotten it all done except I'm just building now some NPC stats. I got the story written, I got all that revised, I got the maps, the monsters, and I'm just getting the NPC stats together. And I'm going to be playtesting that with a group of mine. So let's get back started to where we were at here. Where's my point? There it is. Okay, so we just a quick recap on where we're at. We've got our main antagonist, right? Our Were Tiger, who's looking to reinforce its numbers after some devastating event from some rival lycanthropes. We have the lieutenant. We have the lieutenant who is a human and wizard, an investigator. This is the one who does all the social stuff that the Were Tiger isn't that good at. And now we're going to come up with some contacts. Now, these contacts, these are going to be allies to the players, right? And they're going to be able to provide information and give them their own little side quests. Because each of these contacts have, their characters, right? They got their own things going on. They got their own agenda going on, their own worries and their own concerns, and that's going to bring the players into the whole overall story. And where I like to start is I like to pick one of the after I've developed them, I'll pick one of the contacts that kind of matches the players, the party makeup the most, and that's going to be where the players start. The first contact they meet, wherever that may be, tavern, a house out in the hills, a temple, wherever that contact is, then that's how the players are going to get started. Excuse me. And I like to try to keep these side quests initially, these three initial contacts and their side quests. I like to keep that relevant to the overall story of the adventure. Now, once we get into beyond that, further into the story, we can introduce little side quests that are different. That kind of give them a break from the overall arcing story and give them a little something else to do. But to get them in the story, we want these three contacts to be and their side quests to be relevant. So how are we going to develop these? Now we're going to develop these the same way we've kind of developed our main antagonist and our lieutenant. But if you remember, when we did our rolling for our races, we rolled on gnome, we rolled on auto gnome once, and we decided that we weren't going to use that because it just didn't really fit in with the flavor of the antagonist, the character we were creating, or the lieutenant's character that we were creating. But for these three, we can get wild. We can put anything in here, and then we can after that we can make them fit. So if we get gnome, if we get auto gnome, if we get something that's not a traditional D&D fantasy, then we can mold that. That'll help add flavor too, not just a traditional elves, dwarves, halflings, humans. We can put other stuff in there. So where are we at here? We got ally contact 1, 2, and 3. And they are going to be level 1, whatever they are. So I'm going to go down to my races here. Here we are. And what was it? Yeah, 48. And our method was d6 times d8. So what race is ally 1 going to be? A 1 times a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Bugbear. Okay. So we got a bugbear. So ally 1 is a bugbear. Ally 2 is going to be we got a 3 times 8, 24. What's 24? A Hadozi. Spelljammer, Hadozi. Let's put him up in here. We have a Bugbear. We have a Hadozi. And what else do we have? We got one more. D6. 6 times D8. 6 times 3 is 18. What's 18? A GIF. Okay. Now I'm going to qualify this GIF because yeah, we did wind up with two races from Spelljammer, which is fine. But with gifts, because I know one of the big flavor things with gifts is their guns and their firearms, but I am not a fan of guns in D&D. I think it just kind of ruins that whole fantasy flavor. I was talking with a fellow DM and a player of mine. We were kind of talking about that, and I'm thinking if you like if you have something that looks like a gun and that's just the flavor, that's okay. But the gun doesn't have mechanics. It doesn't give you bonuses. Like if you had a wand of magic missiles that happened to look like a gun and you're firing magic missiles from it, okay, that's fine. It's still just a wand of magic missiles, but it can look like however you want it to look like. That's fine. You can have that flavor if you'd like. But you can't reload it. There's no auto fire, nothing like that. It's just a wand of magic missiles. So that's my little disclaimer on the GIF. So what do we got? We got Bugbear, we got a Hadozi, and we got a GIF. Now we mentioned in part one how forming these characters can help us also define the region that we're at. The region that the adventure is going to take place in. And because this is a level 1 beginning adventure, you don't need to have a whole world built for the adventure. You just need to have the region and key local points for them to explore and find stuff at and fight stuff at. Alright, so let's take a look. I'm going to go into my monster manual. I just want to take a look at bugbears and see what kind of stuff where do they like to live. Bugbears, born for battle and mayhem, raiding and hunting. Okay, bully the weak and despised. Being bossed around, love carnage, will fight. Okay. Followers of Hrugek. Is that how you say that? Hrugek. Cool whip. Cool whip. Some of you might get that. Acheron. They move in surprising stealth, setting ambushes. Okay, so the monster manual kind of, describes them as, monsters. Let's see how our Mordenkainen's monsters of the multiverse describe them as players. Where are they at? Bugbear. Here they are. Neither bugs nor bears. That's clever. Hulking cousins of goblins and goblinoids. Okay. Roots in the Feywild. Alright. So this could be more of a nature-based contact, maybe not in a city. Reside in hidden places, hard to reach, shadowed places. They came out to conquer. Okay, well this says Muglabiet. But this says Hrugek. I wonder if they're just the same, different names. Long limb, covered in coarse hair, wedge-shaped ears, pointed teeth. Thanks to the Fey magic, allows them. Okay, so what do they got? Humanoid size, maybe dark vision, Fey ancestry, long limbs, so they can hit you even if they're still 5 feet away. Powerful build, can carry a lot of stuff. They're sneaky. Ooh, and they get like a sneak attack bonus for a surprise. If you hit a creature with an attack, if it hasn't taken a turn. Okay, so not really a surprise, just that they haven't acted, they'd get a bonus. Okay. So yeah, we got some maybe a nature-based contact here. All right, let's go take a look at Hadozi and GIF. They're going to be both in Planescape. Or no, I'm sorry, Spelljammer. Excuse me. Okay, let's go. GIF, Hadozi. Alright, GIF. Tall, broad shoulders, folk, hippo-like features, smooth skin. Great size. Their homeworld's a stuff of legend. No living GIF has seen or know where it is. Okay, so this is going to be probably someone who's not native to this region. Probably lost on this world. Drawn to the astral plane on a deep psychic level. 2 camps. Ah, that's funny. There's a there's infighting over how it's pronounced, GIF or GIF. Here's our GIF traits. Astral Spark. Yeah, Firearms Master AC. Let's see, you have a missile connection to firearms that traces back to the gods of gifts who delight such weapons. You're proficient with firearms and ignore the loading property of any firearms. Alright, see. So if a player asked to play a GIF, I would take this and I would say, find me something else and replace this feature. Because we're not going to have this feature in the game. Find me something else, another feat you can take to replace it. But yeah, we're not doing firearms. Alright, so GIF. So we have, alright, so what do we got? We got a bugbear, someone native to the region. We got a natural, a nature-based contact ally. We have a GIF, someone who's not native to the region, someone who's new, or maybe moved in and has settled. So maybe because they're new and this is a GIF, it's kind of like probably like a novelty in wherever they're living. Oh, the GIF, the big hippo person. All right, let's take a look at Hadozi. All right. Mammals no longer bigger than house cats, hunted by large predators. Took to the trees, and I like these flaps. I like these wing flaps. I think that's cool. Then glide from branch to branch. Today they are sapient, bipedal, leave the fearsome predators of the homeworld to explore other worlds. Natural climbers. Oops, sorry, clicked on the picture. Yeah, yeah, those wings do look cool. I like that. And when stretched out, these membranes enable Hadozis to glide. Hadozis wrap these wings around themselves to keep warm, so that's neat. Alright, so dexterous feet. You can use your feet as a bonus action to manipulate an object, close the door. Okay. Gliding. Hadozi dodge, excuse me. The magic that runs in your veins heightens your natural defenses. When you take damage, you can use your reaction to roll a d6. That's cool. So they're quick and nimble. Now, I like the Hadozi as far as, because we already got a non-native contact. So I want this Hadozi to be native of this region, of this world. And since the description tells us they come from other worlds to escape predators, they can, we can say a group of them landed at this world a while ago. They've settled, they've formed, they've reproduced, they've spread, and so now there's some of them in this region, on this world as natives. And since they like trees and they like to glide, they like to be in areas where there's tall stuff. So I'm thinking, yeah, our forest, our jungle, all this sort of matches the same type of terrain and region that our were-tiger antagonist is in. Okay, so good stuff here so far. Now let's go to backgrounds. Let's give our contacts some backgrounds. So what do we got? Bugbear, Hadozi, GIF. Let's start with the bugbear. And we're going to go down to our backgrounds. Alright, so this was 27. Alright, so we'll D4 minus the 4, ignore the 4. Alright, so we got a 3 times D10, ignore the 10. 3 times 4, 12. Alright, 12, what's 12? Gladiator. Oh, that's perfect for a bugbear. Bugbear gladiator. Oh yeah, that's going up there. Bugbear gladiator. Okay, what's our Hadozi? D4 minus, ignore 4. Oh, so we're going to ignore that, re-roll. And we got a 1 times a 5. 1 times 5, 5. What's 5? And this is for the Hadozi. Hadozi is going to be Celebrity Adventures Scion. Huh. I spelled celebrity wrong. I'll fix it. Okay, so Celebrity Adventures Scion. We were just talking about how this group of Hadozi come from people who Hadozi who come from another world. So perhaps that first settler, that's that hero, that celebrity adventurer, the first Hadozi settler who arrived on this world to make room for other Hadozi to settle here. So, and now this contact is a descendant of that. So good. That fits nicely well. So let's go back here. That's our Hadozi. Celebrity. Celebrity. Why do I always never get that right? Oh well, I'm gonna say famous. I can't get my spelling right today. Famous adventurers scion. Okay, that's the Hadozi. All right, now our GIF. What background does our GIF come from? All right, 2 times 5, so 10. Folk hero. Okay, that could fit. Folk hero. This new stranger from a strange land came in and helped out the town or the city at a dire point. That's why he has a little fame. It's kind of like an attraction. Like, the kids come out, let's go see the Hippo Man. And he'll like maybe give him some candy or like, playfully chase him around. All right, so that's nice. So we got some allies so far. We're building them. They're not done. Now, with these allies, I do like to give like an actual character class as well. They're going to be level 1 because that's what the players are at this point, and I like to keep the allies at the same level as the characters that they're allying with. And I like to base the class around their background. What was their background, what were they doing, and that kind of naturally molds into the class they become. Now, with player characters, that the background and class can be wildly different, but for non-player characters, I like to keep them in line. So if we have a gladiator, right? Let's go back up to here. Let's see where are my rules. All right, so gladiators. What fits a gladiator? Obviously, something that fights. So we can go barbarian, fighter, monk, maybe. Ranger is more of a hunter, but you can have a ranger in there. Ranger, rogue, even. Rogue's not too martial, so let's leave rogue out. So let's look at one of these. We got barbarian, fighter, monk, ranger. Let's roll for one of those. 4. I think that was ranger, right? Yeah, okay. So he's going to be a ranger. All right, so our Hadozi, the famous adventurer's son. So that can kind of really be anything. Any of the classes would work for that, to be honest. So let's look what we have so far and pick something different. We got a ranger. We got a wizard. So let's not pick one of those. The wizard is the lieutenant, the antagonist's lieutenant. So let's go with, let's see, how many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, so let's roll a d10 and just not pick ranger or wizard. 10. All right, so this Hadozi is a warlock. Oh, wait a minute, wrong spot. Warlock. Okay, now the GIF, folk hero. I think folk hero, that could probably be anything as well. So let's do the same thing, but we're also going to leave out warlock. going to be sorcerer. Now, if our GIF folk hero sorcerer were a player character and they wanted their focus to be some charm that looked like a gun, then sure, you can use that. But other than that, this is just a standard D&D sorcerer who happens to be a large hippo person. All right, so we got the basis, right? We got the foundation for these contacts. Now we got to come up with their story, a little background, which is going to help us generate their interest points, the things they know, and the side quests and errands they need the players to help them with. So let's think here for a second. Now we got Bugbear Gladiator Ranger, Hadozzi, famous adventurer son warlock, and Give Folkira sorcerer. Okay. Now we're actually going to pause here and continue on later. We're at a good spot here. We got the foundations for these allies. Now we just got to think of some things that they can tell the players, something interesting they can tell the players, and interesting things they can have the players go do. All right, friends. Well, thanks for hanging out. I'll have this up soon, and we won't have the Frozen Heart session this week, but we'll have another one of these videos. Or I'm also thinking about getting some DM friends together and having a just DM chat and recording that. Well, hope y'all have a wonderful day. I'll talk to y'all later.